Addressing the press, NUP Secretary General David Lewis Rubongoya confirmed that Kyagulanyi is alive, dismissing rumors about his whereabouts, but note that the NUP leader remains in hiding due to safety concerns.
Our president, what we can confirm is that he is alive. None of us knows where he is, those of us here, and I don't even think the regime which has been claiming to have good security, they also have no idea. But at least what we can confirm is that our president is alive, although not well.
Rubongoya reiterated the party's complete rejection of the presidential election results announced by Electoral Commission Chairperson Justice Simon Byabakama, urging that the declaration has no legal basis. NUP Secretary General challenged the Electoral Commission to release all declaration of the result forms, insisting that the party possesses a significant number of forms that contradicts the official announced results. He also cited irregularities at the National Tally Center, where, according to NUP figures, were announced without transparency or supporting documentation.
The National Unity Platform rejects 100% the results which were read by Byabakama. Up to now, Byabakama has not put out the DRA forms which he was relying on to declare things. We want the Electoral Commission to say, this is what we based on to declare. But I can say we have a substantial number of DRA forms which we can compare, and we challenge Byabakama to release those DRA forms which they used to declare the results they are declaring.
Rubongoya also urged party candidates and supporters to pursue legal action in constituencies where he says NUP candidates won but were not declared by the returning officers.
All our leaders of NUP to file evidence which shows many of our people, one, they have DRA forms and other things, but the NRM candidates were declared winners in those areas. And we want to encourage our people to go on, file these cases and all that.
He claimed the alleged 71% victory was fabricated, pointing to the ballot stuffing, military interference, violence and intimidation as signs of a regime repeating the failed patterns of the authoritarian elections.
The involvement of the army, the military, as we have seen again and again in our elections, and especially in the past just concluded election, is problematic because this is not even allowable in law. Sometimes people say we need certain reforms, and yes, it's important, our country needs certain general reforms, not just about our election. But I think which are already in our law books. The law disallows the military's participation in partisan politics.
The following individuals shared their experience of the post-election violence. Simon and Asiku Raymond recounted their harrowing abduction experiences at the hands of military agencies.
Ngeno kumagamba okutula ku ludda lwange olwa kkono nga waliwo omusajja omulala, okutula ku ludda lwange olwa ddyo waliwo omusajja omulala, ne yali anvuze owa booda naye nga bamumaakinze, amaanyi ne ganzigwa, n'aŋŋamba tuula wansi ne ntuula. Bwe ntuula wansi, ekigambo kye yasooka okuvaamu kyali gyaba eggaali baliwa. N'eddakiika teyawula drone n'etuuka, ne banteeka mu drone ne manager ogwo nali ngenza okukisinkana naye ne bamuteeka mu drone eyo.
It is not cause of anything or what, but it is cause of God that I can still stand. Who are you? You said I'm a security officer. I have arrested you. The lady we met seated in the compound also came with handcuffs. They started struggling with Bright, and there came other two. They were all in civilians, they are not in uniform. So as they struggled with the Bright, I tried to escape.
The National Unity Platform maintains that it won the presidential election and will continue to challenge the Electoral Commission, calling for sanctions against officials accused of the electoral malpractice.